Hello again and welcome to another 140k Imperial Guard Tactics video. Now before we get into today's video, I would like to say a big thank you to Michael Pears for sending in these really good pictures of his G.I. Joe Cobra themed Imperial Guard army. It looks really cool. Love the custom transfers on the Lehman Russ. Really like that Bullgrim with the greatcoat, looks amazing. And just love the G.I. Joe Cobra theme. Love that, black and red never goes out of style. Really good colour scheme. So thank you for sending these pictures in, Michael. If anyone else has got any cool pictures they want me to use in my videos, please post them on my Facebook page. There will be a link down in the description below. So today, guys, what we're going to be taking a look at is the Imperial Armour Compendium, the IAC. And whilst we all are still in mourning for the Krieg, I'm sure, we have to also acknowledge that there are some little golden nuggets, little rays of sunshine, some little silver linings for the generic guard stuff in there. And so, whilst we don't have a complete picture yet, there has been some early reveals and some leaks and whatnot. We don't have the full analysis just yet, but we can see there are some early diamonds in the rough emerging. Does this make up for the sting that is the massacre of Krieg? I don't think so, personally. Would I recommend buying this book for the handful of good units, just considering what they've done to the Krieg? I wouldn't personally, but it's up to each gamer themselves to decide that. But we're not going to get down that salt mine. That's all the salt we need for today. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to do a quick tip tactica on one of the combos that has jumped out at me straight away from this book. So what we're going to be looking at today is the Trojan support vehicle. Now this unit has changed pretty fundamentally from its 8th edition iteration. It used to give flat rerolls to a single vehicle. Okay, that's what it used to do. Instead now, it can repair a vehicle and also reload weapons that are normally once per battle. Okay, now, a lot of people have said this is much worse. I totally disagree. I think this is better. You might be like, how is this better, Mordian Glory? How is this better? Well, a lot of people used to take the Trojan support vehicle because they wanted to get it to give rerolls to things like Baneblades. Okay, but the problem was the Baneblade was already poo and could be one-shot pretty easily and was already very expensive. And taking no one was really taking a Trojan to on top of the cost of the Baneblade to give it rerolls. It was already too expensive. It didn't really work. Reloading one-shot weapon, repairing is great. We all know that's great. Being able to repair in addition to the tech priest repair, great. Reloading the one-shot weapons is really nice. Now, some people have said, oh, you could reload your Death Strike. I'm not looking at Death Strikes. Look, no matter what you do to Death Strikes, without a complete rewrite, they're terrible, okay? And some people have said, well, you could reload your Manticore. Well, you could reload your Manticore. That's true. A lot of people are saying you could reload those Manticore rockets. I don't think that's looking deep enough. You do want to look at the Manticore, but not at the Storm Eagle rockets. Okay, you want to look at the Hunter Killer missile. Okay, and you might be like, why? Why do I want to look at the Hunter Killer missile? Well, you can take a Manticore, you can take 2 Manticores and give both of them the Tank Ace ability. Okay, and that Tank Ace ability you can choose can be full payload. What does full payload do? Well, it means instead of being random damage, you always do maximum damage from your weapons. So on your Storm Eagle rocket, that's a flat damage 3. That's pretty good. On your Hunter Killer missiles, that's a flat damage 6, which is amazing. Combine that with the fact that Hunter Killer missiles have recently had a huge buff. They've gone from being strength 8 to strength 10. That might not seem like a huge buff. It really is a big buff, okay? You're wounding knights on 3s. You're wounding all this fancy Gravis bullshit infantry on 2s, okay? Strength 10 is good. It's really good. And now you can, with full payload Manticores, you can have that as strength 10, AP -2, flat 6 damage. That is really, really tasty, guys. You take one of these Trojans. You go, you take your Catachans, or yeah, you take your Catachans, and you have Harker nearby. Okay, you've got reroll 1s to hit now, or your Cadian, you've got reroll 1s to hit in built. Great. You can use the direct. I can't remember the name of the strategy off the top of my head. I'm sure it's called like direct assault, which allows you to, if you can see the enemy, you get +1 to hit with your Manticore. So now you're hitting on 3s, you're rerolling 1s. That's very, very good for guard. That's what makes tank commanders so good. Then you've got a Trojan, and you are hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. All those Storm Eagle rockets are, with your Catachan, you're able to reroll the random number of shots. Good, makes those Storm Eagle rockets pretty reliable. Obviously, you can only do it on one of the D6, but still very helpful. And then you've got this Hunter Killer Missile going off every single time. Flat damage 6, strength 10, AP -2, flat damage 6 every single time. Now, would I take multiple Trojans? Probably not. I'd take one Trojan to support. It's difficult to say, but I'd probably take one Trojan to support a pair of Manticores, because more than likely one of those Manticores is going to die. If you think, based on how tables, tournament tables are going to set up with those big L shapes in the middle, you might be able to hide your Manticores all game. If you think you can do that, then I would definitely take a pair of Trojans. But then, if you're hiding them, you've not got your direct assault, you've not got your hunter killer. You know what? I take two Manticores and one Trojan. Okay, that's how I would do it, and I would essentially, you're going to want to shoot those hunter killers every turn. You're probably going to lose one of those Manticores at some point. If you take two Trojans, what it means is that you're going to, at some point, one Manticore is going to die and one of your Trojans is effectively useless, doing nothing. So, be most efficient, two Manticores, one Trojan, and just fire off at least one, flat 6 damage hunter killer missile every single turn. Hitting on 3, rerolling 1s. You can't complain about that. You cannot complain about that at all. I think that's really, really powerful. So that's how I would run them. You could do the similar thing with, if your Manticores end up dying and you've got tank commanders, you put a hunter killer missile on them. Your Trojan just sidles on over to your tank commanders and starts reloading their hunter killer missiles. It's a much better way of doing it. But the full payload thing, I think, is a good trick. You don't want to put too many points into it, but I think if you're taking lots of hunter killers, which I'm starting to think of strapping them to most of my vehicles, if you're taking lots of hunter killers, taking a single Trojan to support them, I think is a really, really good idea. And having the ability to repair things as well, it's just a cherry on top. I mean, think about it's just really good. It's just really, really good. So we'll leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Trojan. Whether you think the reloading the flat 6 damage missiles is a good idea or a bad idea. If it's worth the points of the Trojan, let me know. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave lots of comments as always, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.